Yeah, it was actually a pretty good skate. We've been just doing the same drills the last couple of weeks just to keep it more familiar.
Nice to see Veronic back out there with the group.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen him really with a bunch of people on the ice other than Yogi, our skills guy. But yeah, he's itching to go. So probably he's day to day. Good chance he'll be in Thursday.
People look at your team from the periphery and they wonder, yeah, they're winning, but because you know how social media can impact coverage in this town. You played on some teams that weren't that great.
Yeah.
Was there ever talk of tank in a room when so much can still be accomplished down the stretch, especially right now with this team when you look at guys like Kravtsov and Pods and Amon and how much they can still grow in these last 13 games?
No, I've never heard. I played 18 years, never heard that. I've been on some tough teams, but you sometimes then the team you see right on the wall, you'll see a veteran not playing, they'll put a young guy, even though the young guy's not playing well. I didn't like that. I think you play guys that deserve to play. I think that sets a culture. But that's saying that, you still got to get guys out in situations to see what they can do under pressure.
How much satisfaction are you taking from the way the guys are grasping systems and really the streak that you're on here speaks a lot to that?
Yeah, we're hanging in there. We're not the perfect team, and there's some, obviously the LA game we were under siege, but even though we're under siege, there were some times there they had a lot of possession time. They had some shots, even if he has Denver, that he saw those. It's the back doors. It's the where you got to make 3 or 4 saves. Those 4 breakaways a game. I think we got that smell out of our game. I don't see that as much. Saying that, we still got to make sure we got to, that trip. I thought we could have been a little bit more grittier. Things like that. We have to get better at as an organization. Things like that. But in the meantime, I like the attitude of the guys. I mean, they want to play hard every night.
Did you have an answer now to why you were so sleepy last Thursday? Why
in Arizona?
Yeah, why you look so out of it on Thursday?
Probably 5-game winning streak. Sometimes you think, you're high on the hog, whatever, it happens. It happens to Colorado. They won the Cup. I've seen games where they're sleepy the next night. But the good part is the good teams, they don't let it happen 2, 3, 4 games in a row. So that's the next step, their maturity.
Viewers in the U.S. obviously remember you as a player, but then they really got to know you as a broadcaster the last couple of years. They would probably want to know, do you miss it? Are you glad you're doing this? What's the transition been like for you?
Well, I loved it doing TNT. It was awesome. It was first class operation. But I'm the hockey world. You want to compete. You want to strategize. You want a chance to build something with we have a bunch of great guys here, and try to turn things. I want to be part of the solution. Try to turn things around. So, what better way to do it as a head coach?
What's the biggest challenge, Rick, taking over the game mid-flight like this for you?
Well, introducing certain system stuff. I don't think you can throw a lot of stuff. That's the one dangerous thing that I came in here. I didn't want to throw a lot of stuff, and I think it helped that way. But there's some more stuff I want to do. And like I said, I'm lucky. I got the staff I got has really helped. Really helped my transition. So I give them a lot of credit. And the players buy in. They've been buying into what we're doing. I know the whispers is sustainable. It happened last year. Those things you can't let permeate in your head. You just got to do your thing every day, stay in the moment.
Based on what you showed this morning, it looks like Breezeball might go in for Burrows. If that is the case, is it just to get 3 left shot, 3 right shot? Or
Yeah, I like the righty-lefty thing. I do like that, but you still, who's the more talented guy you want in the lineup too. But Breeze didn't play because of a healthy scratch. He was just a little sore on certain parts of his body. So, and Burrows is the type of guy, he was out for 3 weeks one time, not a healthy scratch, and came in and gave us some good games. I think that's, to have that is a testament to those type of players, just be able to sit out 3 weeks and then come and play and be solid out there. So, that means you're building some depth on your defense. Yeah, he's going to be here soon. I don't know when exactly, but I know one thing. I'm going to make sure it's a couple days before because we want to fly his parents in, so I better give him a 48 hour. Give him some chance. But yeah, no, he's actually looked pretty good out there, so he'll get in the lineup.
Does he need a proper practice?
Yeah, we haven't. That's a great point. We haven't practiced here in 2 weeks. We haven't had a full practice because of the schedule, and some guys have been playing a lot. So he'll get a practice tomorrow, probably another practice, and then maybe look for Chicago game, one of those games.
You said a few minutes ago, playing the guys who deserve to play, about your young players. Does that kind of merit also apply to ice time to your best players? Do you feel like you owe it to them if they're doing what you ask?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when I first came here, I don't want to overplay guys, but like these guys are craving it. We're trying to create something here. I owe it to them. If it's, we're trying to win a game, I'm not going to have those guys on the bench. And there's some young guys here. They got to understand that they have to earn their minutes too. If they're not getting the puck out 2 or 3 shifts in a row, there's got to be some kind of consequences. It's not just you're a young guy, you get to go out there. So, and for the most part, they've been buying in too. Like, I got to give them a lot of credit. But yeah, I mean, I got to, obviously Hughesy's playing a ton. I mean, he keeps looking back at footy even after he plays 40 minutes. He still wants out there. But he's, the guys like him, you got to be careful to give them their rest for sure.
How do you feel about Kravtsov?
Kratzy, for me, is he's got a lot of talent, and he needs he needs to utilize this 4 months. He's got to get a little bit bigger and just exert himself a little bit more. I really liked his first game when he first came here. If he can play like that, I think he's a gem in the hiding, but we got to find that. We got to get that thing out of the ground and shine him up a bit. I think he has to bring a little bit more energy and attitude, and he's got a great attitude. I shouldn't say that. More energy. And I think that's summer training for me. I think if he has 4 months of good summer training, he can be somebody that can really be a skilled guy that can score.
Is that some of that coming from a place where he didn't really have a role, coming to a new place, and new opportunity? He's just mentally reset himself.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Like, I don't know where he was in the summer last year, where he trains. Like, I mean, I like him to be under our watch. I don't believe in, was it April 15th, April 16th? Hey, it actually means we'll see you September 15th. I don't think winning teams can do that. I think you have to be under watch. He's got to be under watch, how he trains, skates. I'd like to hopefully convince him to stay in Vancouver quite a bit to train with some other guys.
How much does that apply to Studnicka, who's been in and out of your lineup? What do you need to see from him? And is he another one of those, this is a big summer type for him?
Yeah, he's another one too. I mean, there's some guys that are ahead of him right now, and it's just the way the world is sometimes, when you get in there, and I know it's unfair because you get in and out of the lineup, but, sometimes I just think he's light on the puck. I think he's got to really get stronger with puck decisions and the puck. But the one thing is his work ethic's there. I will say that, and he cares.
Do you like him better on the wall?
I honestly don't know. I haven't been here long enough to know if he's a center or a winger, right winger. I don't know. I actually, a couple of weeks ago when he did play with Allman and was it JD? Dakota. I thought he had a couple of good games there.
One of your veterans just described you as, he said he's honest, but he has your back at the same time. Do you like that description?
Yeah, I mean, that's why as a player, but I mean, you try to be that guy, like, you try to know these guys that, I care about them. And, but if we're not doing the right things, I mean, we got to, even myself, I have to be accountable. Like, my coaches make me accountable. So I think if you're not making each other accountable, then things are going to get loose. And I always tell the players before they leave, make sure they get whatever problem off their head. I was always a player. I know when I played, if I had stuff in my head, I stunk the next game. So that's where I think they understand. I want them to understand that, I got their back. If they got a problem, come and talk to me and we'll figure it out.